I'm starting to think that BMW stands for broke my whip.
Broke my whip. Hell yeah.
I don't know though.
Okay, if you guys watched that video where we fixed the Del Solish, you've seen us pull this BMW in. What do you want to do today, Matt, with this BMW?
Pour beer.
Yeah, I like beer.
Drink the beer.
All this is good.
And break this more than it already is.
More breaky.
So the alternator decided to apparently go out on this.
The alternator went out. Where I don't see an alternator.
Yeah, you want to show the folks where it's at? Hold on, let me get my flashlight here.
Yeah, where's the alternator?
It's pretty conveniently located right on the top of the engine.
Okay,
right here.
I'm looking at the top here.
Yeah, this is the top, but this is also the top down back over here.
Oh, the top down back over here.
Yeah.
Wait, in between them, that's the alternator.
There's all this stuff. Don't worry, this is the easy stuff to take off. This is all has to come off right here, though.
Perfect.
And that's going to be the problem. That's what's going to take forever. So that's going to come off. Our oil filter housing, our oil filter cooler housing that adapts to the oil filter housing itself, and all this
the whole intake
mumbo jumbo, yep, and then the intake manifold, which is right under here.
Okay.
So that's all got to come off, and then we can swap out this 4-bolt alternator.
And I think you were telling me you also got a serpentine bolt for this?
Yeah, because if you guys can see down there, here's our oil filter housing, which has been leaking oil also, down onto the alternator, which if you can see right down in there, there's the belt.
Oh yeah, put it from your other ones, I think they can see it. Wow. That is interesting.
Straight from the housing right onto that belt.
So that should be a real simple serpentine belt change.
Yeah, sure. It helps when you have all this stuff off, but then you got to take off your charge pipe down there, which has also got oil soaked all over it.
What happens if that serpentine belt breaks?
Only the best of things you should know yourself.
You're just done with
the engineer of this fine engine decided to put some sort of conical shape on the back of the harmonic balancer itself, and then from there that goes directly to the timing chain, gets wound up in the timing chain, skips a couple of teeth, timings off, and grenades your engine. Apparently.
Grenades your whole engine. Perfect.
As far as I know, I'm not willing to find out though. Right. So we're going to change that out too while we're at it.
So basically diffusing a grenade.
Yeah.
Well, one of the, or two of the grenades in here?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that BMW stands for broke my whip.
Broke my whip. Hell yeah.
I don't know though. But yeah. So we're going to hop into this and you guys are going to come along with us.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, as with any project on your Beamer, we started with draining the oil and taking off all the vanity covers. We're working on the airbox now. That's got to come off, and you can actually see the alternator a little bit better now. And we're getting there.
Slowly but surely.
Okay, guys, right there is the alternator.
Bottom side
of the alternator.
Well, no wonder it's toast.
No wonder it is burnt up. That's just all oil. Yeah.
I guess we gotta pull it out.
Yeah, that alternator's done.
We're getting there, though. Made some progress. Look at everything we've taken off already. We've taken off the air cleaner. Moved these. I believe these are diverter pipe.
Yep, the diverter valves. Yeah.
And yeah, we're down to the inlet pipe now. So that's our next step. Oh, these damn oil cooler hoses are in the way.
What is this one? So, oh, yep, that one came loose too.
Alright guys, so if you take off the oil cooler lines, then you get a lot more space and you can get these two brackets for the charge pipe.
Get the two bolts out here for this plastic bracket on the inlet pipe, actually. And then the fan you may not have to take out, depends on what you're trying to do. We still may have to for taking out the serpentine belt and replacing it, but maybe not, we'll see. We're going to try and do this as simple as possible.
It's gotta go up. It's just gotta be that much of a bitch. I just don't want to fucking break this fucker. I don't think I can, but maybe I can. Probably can.
You probably strip out that the worst case scenario first. Okay guys, we are back at her. We got the tensioner loose without removing the fan or the radiator hose.
We ended up having to go to the hardware store. Don't go to the automotive store. Theirs are too big. This one at the hardware store, local True Value, was for a 3/8, and it fits in there with this like thinner ratchet here.
Yep.
Smooth. Otherwise, you get
Yeah.
this one for a 1/2 inch, substantially larger.
Bigger.
Does not work.
The wrench is wider. It doesn't
Will not fit
at all.
So
Yeah.
that's a pro tip there. And then we were able to get the tensioner up and then pull this belt, keep the tension on it with a bungee cord, but that way we keep the pattern on our pulleys here, so we know where to put it back. Well, we're gonna put it right back on the alternator just to test the alternator, and then when the new belt comes in, we'll put the new one right back on. So for now, we can do this, and we know the pattern of the actual belt routing.
Sweet. So our next step is we're going to try and get the bolts out of the alternator and get it out without removing the oil housing, intake manifold, all this other stuff.
Try and save us some headache.
Oh, what happened, Matt?
Okay, so note to self, when you pull the bottom bolt that's hardest to find under this intake pipe, this washer could fall off into your inlet pipe, which if that got sucked into your turbo, goodbye turbo.
Yeah, not going to have a happy time with that.
No, that was startled me a little.
Minor heart attack there.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. Whew. Sweet.
Keep. So in theory, it should be unbolted, but it sure doesn't feel unbolted. Wait a minute, what is that? It does. This does have to come off.
What?
It has to go this way to come out. There's a bracket down there.
Shut up.
Yep.
Let me get this lifted up. I think we could.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Thank you.
Right. Thanks, BMW, for making things simple. So maybe our idea is not going to work then, of trying to jump some steps we were trying to avoid.
All this coming out. Okay, guys, we're back at this one again.
It's like what, day 3? Kind of 2.5.
Day 2.5 of changing the alternator. We're gonna do the valve cover 2, intake manifold gaskets, oil filter housing gaskets, serpentine belt yet. So basically everything yet.
Anything you can see.
Anything is coming apart. Yeah. So we're gonna take this piece off here.
Yeah, we're gonna take the oil filter housing to oil filter
Cooler.
or oil cooler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Housing.
Take that off, and then manifold.
Yep.
Okay.
Here we go. Alright, so when you pull off this this housing here. It's definitely going to make a little bit of a mess. Even though this car's basically been draining oil for a week.
Still
It's
oil
still-
in galleries. Okay, we got all the bolts out of the intake here, and we started to loosen up these valve cover bolts. Oh, it's really dark. But so what you do is you take off the nut, and then you can put your 10 mil onto the socket, and then you don't put the ratchet all the way on, and they break right loose. Okay, the strut bar is an E14 right here, and then you follow it up, pop this cover off, and there's another E14 down there. Okay guys, basically we got a little derailed because this bolt for the strut bar was one size bigger than we had. It's a E18. And when we lost our E10 too, so we went to a brewery.
That fixed it.
Yeah, that made things better. So yeah, it's like 4 hours later now. Matt, did you see the Avengers Infinity War?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well you should do the thing where Thanos does, where he snaps his fingers and it's all done.
Alright, here we go. Alright. So, we finally got the valve cover off, and I'll tell you what, like, seeing more covers and just all this extra crap that seems unnecessary. Man, this is like one of them little Russian dolls that you just pop, you know, keep pulling one after another. The whole car, right? But we took out the actual injectors. The DIY showed that we were reading did not actually tell us to pull the injectors out. Maybe there is a way to do it, but we had to pull it kind of out this way and this way. So we actually had to pull the injectors out because they were in the way of the center portion of the valve cover over here. You see, they sit right here. So that way, we had to. You're trying to grab it and pull it out, and you're just hitting them. So,
Yeah.
Anyways,
And you made a nice bolt diagram so we know where to put them all back.
except half of them.
Except half of them
didn't
are
come out.
still in there, but that's alright.
Yeah,
So I think it's time for a beer.
it's definitely beer 30.
Let's go have a beer.
Hell yeah.
Okay guys, we're attempting the Serpentine belt now. Matt's taking off the underbody tray, and we're going to see if we can see more of the belt and pulleys from the bottom than we can from the top.
Well, let's gonna fish out the bolts we lost.
Yeah, we got to find all the bolts we dropped down in the pan. It's only 2 or a half dozen or so. Okay guys, Matt's got the new alternator in there. We got the Serpentine belt on, about 90%. We are drinking this delicious Depravity Imperial Peanut Butter Cup Stout by Renegade. It's pretty good. What do you think, Matt? Good?
Oh yeah, delicious.
Quaffable?
Quaffable, 100%.
Quaffable 100%. We also got the valve cover gasket area all cleaned up here on the head. We got the oil housing all cleaned up there. We got the valve cover over here cleaned out. It's draining right now. And we have the oil housing right here cleaned out and ready to be reinstalled. You excited?
Oh, I'm so ready for this thing to be back on the road.
Hell yeah.
I gotta figure this out first. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't like this already. Oh no!
That doesn't look right. Don't put your legs in there.
Okay, but which side goes which way? Okay.
This side would be the front.
No, but you see there's a flat side and a, I guess, the bridge side might go on the valve cover.
That makes sense.
So
Like these,
this goes this way.
this part would all go. This part goes onto the block because see how it's got 4 ridges on it?
Right.
That's for the flat surface, and the vane goes in the vane. Okay, after much fucking around, we got the valve cover back on with the gasket in it. No RTV.
Who's fucking around? Oh, so it just wants to go into place.
Yeah. It's real easy. Just pour a couple beers on it, and don't get in a rush. Okay guys, we changed the intake manifold gaskets, put the fuel rail on. Forgot to put these lines on first, so we're going to take the fuel rail back off. Put our vacuum lines back where they go, put that back on. You got the electrical back bolted in, all the grounds. Still need to do the coils. What else do we got? Oil filter cooler part we need to put on, but this is otherwise torqued.
Then we got to do a couple of odds and ends wiring. Put some vacuum hoses back on. Put the charge pipe back on. Looks like we got a coolant pipe still off.
Here's
and then all the little stuff.
all little stuff like 7 quarts of oil and bleeding the radiator.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, like we should be putting fluids in this probably within the next hour or so.
Yeah. So that sounds like fun.
Hell yeah.
Let's get on it. Okay guys, we're putting oil back in it now. Have to take the fuel rail on and off a few times to get everything orientated in the right
make sure you clip everything on first to the oil or to the fuel rail before you go and snug it all down.
Yeah, or you'll be doing it 3 or 4 times.
Yep.
What else did we do? Oil coolers back on, intakes back on, all the recirculators are back on, charge pipes on, strut bars on, battery power is hooked up, battery in the back is hooked up. We're gonna bleed the radiator and then try and start it, I think, huh?
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. And then go from there.
Okay guys, it's all hooked up, bled, oil's good, we started it. It was a bit smoky coming out right here.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of smoke coming out of there.
And going in right there. But that cleared up. The battery is charging. We got 14.8 volts. So we're going to put all the dressing back on and take it for a spin.
Yeah, take it down the road and see what happens. Starter button right next to the key for a reason, or what? Hold the key.
Okay, it's running. Now we got to get this one started again.
Mine was real.
Oh, yeah.
Wait for all that.
Yeah, she's only got a little bit of snow on her. Battery charger hooked up. Idling. Want me to put it on a higher charger? Oh yeah, you got her. Oh, try again. Okay. Or just let it go again, I guess. I don't know. Yep. No, yeah, you're just gonna have to let it charge up a little bit. Probably means it wasn't blinking fast before, so. Man, guys, this 335 is looking beautiful. It's amazing how clean they stay when you don't drive them. Okay, guys, well, we're gonna take it for a drive.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't blow up.
Yeah.
You have it recording right now?
Yeah. Dash cam. It's pretty warm in here already. Anything on the dash? No, it looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah, everything looks good. It had the triangle, but that was because of the time, and I set the time. That was good. So there's nothing to worry about. Alright, let's see what she does.
What was it doing when the battery was not charging?
Well, what we're gonna have to do is turn on like all the accessories, because with the accessories on, like the air and everything else, the radio, it would idle kind of funny.
Idling funny.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
You kind of bogged down.
Bogged down? Did it do anything on a dash? Like things blinking at you or something?
It did one. Yes and no. Like if you went to go and check it, it would say the check was okay.
Right.
But as the battery got really low, it started off with a yellow battery light.
Okay.
And then eventually it flashed a red battery light at me, but that didn't stay up. Which is really weird. You'd think that would be something that would stay on the dash.
Right. Yeah, I would think these cars would be smart enough to know when they're not charging. She's got pulled yet.
Wow. So let's start by turning some of this air up. I know it's going to get hot in here, but...
It's cold. I like hot.
Headlights on. We're just going to... everything we can.
Blow up the window up and down a few times. Some power. You just fixed your car.
Yeah.
What do you think?
We're gonna go with a success for now. Might take her for a quick drive. See if she can make it about a half an hour drive. If she's good after that, I'd say it's good to go. And as of right now, I think it's safe to say we fixed it for now.
For now. Yeah, definitely.
Next thing.
Yeah, all that maintenance stuff is going to be good now, I would think.
Right. For now. So stay tuned for round 2 of this.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share. Have a good one, guys. Leave a comment. Peace out.